Hello YouTubers, and welcome to the video today. I hope you enjoy this one as much as I will making it for you. So here we are with the layout up and running. It's Saturday. We've got some trains running, and I've added these seafoam trees this morning actually as a final little add-on to that curve to take the bareness of it away and have some sort of a physical boundary between the churchyard and the railway line in front of it as well. And they look quite good. I've tried to vary them in height and also in texture as well, so I hope that looks okay. I think it looks alright. Arguably, I do think that seafoam trees are the most realistic trees you can put on a model railway. If you've got the patience to do them, they are quite fiddly and they are very fragile. But providing you put them in an area where they're going to be okay, they should be okay. And I think they look quite good there. And we're going to create a fence line as well in that area, but in the meantime, it gives that area a little bit of relief. I've put this railwayman's house there. I call it a railwayman's house. It's probably a crossing keeper's cottage or something, but it looks quite good there. So again, I've just put that down temporarily. It's not going to be glued. It just picks up at the end of the day and goes back in the box. But that's where that will live. We've got our houses and pretty much all the buildings that I want all on the layout itself there and resting in place. I thought that signal box looks quite at home there in the little rock outcrop over there, so I've put that over there. There's even a little person over there sitting there doing a little bit of train spotting from the rock edge there. Back in the days when you could sit by the railway line and not get bothered by anybody. So we've got a general store over there now. That sells everything that the people in this little community would need. We've got an optician's there. And our station master is a keen gardener. He looks after some vegetables and some fruit there and some bits and pieces you're growing in the allotment. And we've got our service waiting there in the other platform, so let's get that away in a minute. We'll just bring that black 5 in. And we'll get the one on track 2 away. And she's away. Through the tunnel. Slow it down a little bit, just a tad. Whoa, girl. Now, one of the things I finished today, I put this little bit of fencing in that goes trackside along by the platform. We've now got a proper foot crossing over here that crosses the line, and there's someone there waiting to cross. They're checking if the line is clear to cross, and it very conveniently crosses over to the Bell Inn pub. And as you can see, the locals are having a jolly up in there. I've got to put, again, I think a little boundary fence. This is a bit too hazardous, isn't it? Having too many jars in the pub, then stumbling near the railway line. Yeah, it's not very smart, but there we are. I've managed to actually recycle this, actually. What you're looking at now, I've recycled this from the old layout. I had a diorama that I bought off eBay that came with everything on it. So I've recycled the bits off it and turned it into a smaller version of it. And I think that looks pretty good. Nice little bit of hedging on the side there. We've even got a young lady there who's taking her time, just sitting on the seat over there. Hang on, we'll bring the camera in a little bit better. Hopefully you can see this. She's reading a book on the bench and just watching the trains and having a little bit of a quiet spot. I've added a little bit more of the seafoam trees overhanging the station there. Really countrified. We've even got a young man there who's waiting for the next service. I've got news for you, matey. You might have a long wait. It's strike day. No, in all seriousness, I'm quite pleased with that. It brings that corner to life a little bit more, I think. Again, the wonderful use of lolly sticks. You can make the little country foot cross in there. And using some acrylic paints, I've just, not acrylic, excuse me, watercolours. I've just added those to be toned down a little bit with some brown watercolour paint. Right, you can cross now because there's no trains. And again, this pub building is away from the edge of the baseboard there, so when it is stood up and stored away, it's not going to get damaged. And again, actually the highest scenic item on this layout is the tunnel, so it doesn't affect it getting damaged, and it protects everything else inside. I think Paul commented about adding some more vegetation on top of the tunnel. I might do that at a later stage, Paul. I may or may not, but I might choose to get some different scenic material, a different shade, for example, just to put the odd couple of little more outcrops of vegetation on top of the hill there. Slightly different shade, maybe like a yellow ochre or a red or something like that. Something not too bright, but just to give it a little bit more texture perhaps. But at the moment, I'm just using what I've got in terms of recycling material from the old layout. And at the moment, like I said, I'm on a budget, so I'm only going to do what I can do at the end of the day. But I think so far, it's coming on. Anyway, let's get this Black 5 away, shall we? Oh, the other thing I've done as well is I've added this tree. This tree here I added here this morning. Just the odd one there, looks quite nice. I'm not going to put any more trees in the yard because it looks a bit too much. So I've added that there. This water tower now lifts off because I didn't want to damage it or risk damaging it anymore. So that comes off, as does everything else there now. So it's reducing not only the weight but also the risk of any damage when it's being stored. So it can quite happily sit back on there, take it on and off. So that's one of the advantages of having a portable layout. You can just take everything off when you finish running, put it in the box safely. Until next time. But yeah, I am suitably happy. And I think my missus will be pleased as well, because she was after some storage boxes to put some bits and pieces in, and she was getting quite irate because she didn't have any space to store things, because we live in a small flat. So she had stuff that was been sitting out and just she needs to be tidied up basically. So now I've put all my locos up there quite safely. It looks like they're going to fall down, but no, they're quite safe up there. They're nice and solid and they're all organised. And actually I can see what I want to run, as opposed to keep getting the boxes down every time and digging through them. Now I can actually, it's like a model shop almost. I can just go there and see what I want and put back. I've got two nice empty storage containers there for my missus, so she'll be happy when she comes home. Anyway, do what you can, don't you, to keep people happy. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, before we go today, guys, I want to show you this last little thing before I let the trains speak for themselves. It's currently drying, but I'm finishing off my little duck's pond over here. That's just varnish that's drying on there. We've got a bit of fallen tree that's fallen into the pond many years ago. That's there. I'm going to add some waterfowl and some ducks on there when it's all dry. And so far it's drying and it's looking quite good. So there we go. So all in all, it is getting there. There's still a lot to do in terms of adding people, a little bit more scenic ideas, still finishing off, and just really little things to do. But yeah, it's come a long way, hasn't it? For those of you who've been following the videos, I really appreciate it. It seems like only yesterday that I was showing you the Model Railway Solutions baseboard kit that I arrived in the post, and I was putting it together, and then I was putting the first piece of track on to test it, and now it's come to this. Wow. So very happy. It's getting there. But again, I appreciate all your little comments and ideas and all your little suggestions. It does mean a lot to me. So thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. Bye bye now.